Hi everyone, it's Kay Yvonne here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be simple. It's going to be straight to the point. I'm just going to provide you with 5 resources or study aids to help you while you're studying in law school.
Like, girl, what you settling for? Yeah, we ballin', we settling score. You know I need that scene and scene that down. I'm trying to.
I don't know if you know this, but law school is pretty difficult. I mean, like, go figure, right? So if I can demystify the law school process and help anyone by making their transition smoother, then I'm gonna do that. So that's what today's video is about, giving you the resources to thrive in law school. I was a first generation law student, which means I had no clue what I was doing. No one in my family was in law. My mom was not a judge. My dad wasn't a successful trial attorney anywhere. So I pretty much had nowhere to go but into a brick wall, which I hit many times in law school because I was stubborn and I did not listen to people when they said use certain resources. I tried to figure it out on my own. I try to read every word, get the dictionary out, figure out what the heck the judges are saying. I wasted ample time trying to do it on my own. And so I'm telling you, that's nice and dandy. I know you're trying to figure it out, but listen, law school is about studying smarter, not harder. You don't need to be in the library for 20 hours a day. So what you need to do is get these 5 resources that I recommend so it can cut your study time in half. So as you may or may not know, I'm a recent law school graduate, which means I have none of those study aids or resources with me, but thank God for technology because I can just display it on the screen, and that's what I'm gonna do. So let's get into these 5 resources, but before we start, remember subscribe to my channel, and this is the fun part. Comment below if you're looking for supplements for a particular subject. I will definitely comment back with the supplements that I use that I think are amazing. And of course, comment with any other questions that you may have. All right, the best thing that you could do for yourself is to get an E&E. And you're probably like, what the heck, Kamisha? What is an E&E? And it stands for Examples and Explanations. And these books are like gold, diamonds for a law student. And basically what it is just a prep book. It's kind of similar to like those books for dummies. Like if we were supposed to say torts for dummies, that's what E&E is. It just really breaks down the law in a concise way that is conversational and funny. And who doesn't like to laugh while they're studying? And they come in all subjects. So they will have one for torts, they'll have one for civil, they'll have one for property. So just buy it and use it while you're studying from your book. Okay, so the next resource is my absolute favorite. Like, I'm getting excited even talking about it. That's how hype I am about this next resource. And that is Quimbee. A lifesaver. My lifeline, okay? I'm just saying, like, let me tell you about Quimbee. Quimbee is a company whose motto is to help their students get A in law school and get high-paying jobs. And that's like no exaggeration. I am not just saying it because I love it. Like that's literally their motto. That's literally their mission. On their website, it says, our goal is to help students get an A. So to me, why wouldn't you use their website if that is their mission? Come on. At this point, Quimbee should sponsor me. I'm going to provide my testimonial right here. I used Quimbee and it saved my life. All right, so let me tell you why Quimbee is so great. So it is the perfect one-stop shop because it has it all. It has your outlines, it has your case briefs, it has practice tests, practice quizzes, it has flashcards. I mean, it literally briefs all the cases that you go through in law school. All of the major cases, and you can literally pick the topic that you want. So, hey, I want to do torts. It'll show you all the cases. Or you can just type in the case in the search engine and it pops up. And my absolute favorite, it gives videos of the case briefs, like cute little cartoon that breaks down the law into points that it literally makes you feel like you're watching a Disney Channel episode because they make it so easy. I mean, easy. As in, I remember I had not read a case one night because I was super tired. And I was like, you know what? Let me go on Quimbee. Let me look at this case brief. And for that case brief, it had a video. And I only watched the video for the case. And I got cold called the next day. And guess what? Guess what happened to me? Yeah, girl, killed the cold call. You would have thought I was the professor. The professor thought I was the professor because that's how good I was. But that brings me to this important point. Even though I'm a huge fan of Quimbee, even though I think it breaks down the law in concise points, and yada, 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 whatever else I was saying, like, Quimbee is not supposed to substitute your actual textbook or your actual lecture discussions. Your textbook is going to provide you with the chunk of the law, that meat. So the next resource in my tool of study aids is this computer assisted legal instruction, aka CALI. So CALI, very, very, very similar to Quimbee. However, I think it is more detailed in its instruction. They will literally reteach you the content, and each lesson has a specific time allotted to it. So it'll say like Tort's lesson is 2 hours, and then they'll quiz you and test you on it. And the quizzes are pretty in-depth. Like the quizzes will be like 30 minutes. And for me in particular, I didn't really use CALI that much because I just felt like it was such a deep dive that I wasted so much time when I just wanted to learn about a specific nuance in the law. But if you really just did not understand at all what your professor was saying or the whole subject matter, I do recommend CALI. Like, I have friends who really swore about CALI. For me, it was just too much. I preferred Quimbee, as you know. Huge fan. Sponsor me, Quimbee. Huge fan because I just felt like they broke down the law and it was in little increments that I could digest. Like a 5-minute video, no more than a 10-minute video. The next resource that I recommend is using outlines from your club organization's database, which means you have to get involved with the club. So if you were thinking you can skate through law school, not being involved, come again, because your key to success might be in the Black Law Student Association or might be in the Women's Coalition, because all clubs have outlines of past years to help you with your exam studying. Me in particular, just to put it out there, I have to make my outlines from scratch, but I do rely on outlines to like fill in the parts that I am missing. But if you're bent on being alone and not seeing anyone's face, and you're just like independent, INDEPENDENT, then you know what? I think you can still be successful in law school. You have Barbary outlines, you have Kaplan outlines, and those are just companies that are devoted to helping law students be successful. And low-key, they want your money when you study for the bar exam because they're going to offer courses for you to take to prepare for the bar exam. So the last resource that I think many people forget is a valuable resource is talk to your professor, the person who is teaching the law. Talk to your professor, ask them for help. Don't be afraid, because fear is the root of all evil. You gonna lose out on an A because you couldn't ask your professor a question? Come on. Let's not let that be the regret of law school. Let your regret be that you didn't go to the last bar review or the boat cruise or something. Ask the professor directly. He or she loves that type of stuff. Like, loves it. And they have office hours dedicated to helping you become successful. Like, even some professors will grade practice exams with you so they can tell you, hey, you're doing this wrong, which I did not take advantage of until it was final season, and it was too late for me. But if you start doing practice exams earlier in the year with your professor, then you know exactly, like this is the key to knowing how your professor grades their tests. It's literally a sure shot to an A. And if you are still timid, you're just like, woe is me. I can't talk to a professor that has such high credentials and such a big reputation in the legal community and is published and yada, yada, yada. Listen, please just talk to the TAs, which is the next best thing. The professor's assistants. They're a student. They know what's going on in the professor's head as well. So if fear is really holding you back, then go ahead. Talk to the TA because they know what they're doing too. And honestly, you feel more comfortable to ask stupid questions around TAs than professors anyways. All right, so those are my 5 resources. And I'm just going to end the video by telling you guys where to get these resources. It's actually very simple. You can get it from your school bookstore, which I don't recommend because it's expensive. You can get it from students who are selling their E&Es at the law school. With Quimbee and CALI, they're both not free. Sorry. It is very likely that your school has already paid for a membership into Quimbee, especially if you're coming from a T14. Again, I found this out late, but for instance, Northwestern already had paid for a subscription for Quimbee and CALI for their law students. All right, that's it. That's all the resources that I have. Those are the major 5 resources that I think will help you. Obviously, there's many more resources to use, but those are the ones that primarily benefited me. So I wanted to suggest that. All right, y'all, I'm done. Comment below if you want me to recommend specific books for certain topics, and I'll give you what I used and any other tips that you have. And don't forget to like this video if it was helpful to you. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll see you later in my next video. Bye, guys.